Hey guys, welcome to the show, the Live, Live, Play podcast. I am your host, Stephen Kinsella, and today we are going to be discussing what the Live, Live, Play podcast is and delving a little bit deeper into myself, the host, on who I am as an owner, as a father, as a partner, and as a coach. We did podcasts before. We did a show called the FSMRX Show. It was generally fitness related, talking to different gym owners. We stopped that for, obviously work was just getting a little bit too much. I felt that I couldn't commit to running the shows on the schedule that I previously planned. We lasted a year and a half and then we took it off. And then only now it's coming back to where I'm actually got the time to start podcasting again. But I want to delve into deeper things, not just about fitness. So the Live, Live, Play motto is our brand's motto, and it's pretty much based on living a good life, being a good human, lifting weights because we love lifting weights, and playing as in enjoying yourself. And the podcast relates to this in a way because I get to talk about topics that would not necessarily be fitness related. Some of our shows are going to be controversial. We're going to have disclaimers for age groups and depending on what topic we're talking about. And to me, it's just something that like you feel as a business owner or as a coach, just as a person, you kind of can't get certain things off your chest because you have to conduct yourself in a certain manner. And I'm going to be using my podcast to allow myself to vent, rant, and to discuss topics of interest in regards to life, fitness, and just general, sometimes just having fun with people. We have some cool guests lined up. We're going to be talking with the FSM coaches. We're going to be talking with some other coaches. We're going to be talking about depression. We're going to be talking about anxiety. We're going to be talking about kids fitness, teens fitness. We're also going to be kind of delving into the kind of more taboo subjects, which again, these, when we go in and discuss these, this is all opinions. It's my opinion on something, and yes, I'm entitled to an opinion, and so are you. And all we're asking for is an open forum, an open conversation. And if you're happy enough to join in, we'd love to have you on the show. And if you like any, if you have a topic or something that you feel that would be good to bring up on the show, I'll be more than happy to put the research in or even have you on the show and discuss this going forward. But for today, again, thank you for listening. And we're going to get into a little bit about me. Okay, it's kind of narcissistic, wanting to talk about myself, but it is 6 a.m. in the morning on a Saturday, and I've got my coffee, and I don't think anyone really wanted to be on the show this early. So without further ado, let's get into it. Yeah, my name is Stephen Kinsella. I'm a father to a boy, Jody, and I am a partner to a wonderful woman and who has got my back, Susan Giddings. I am also the owner of the company Functional Strength Movement, and I am the head coach. And we have a crew, a team here. We have a good team here. We've got Dave, we've got Reen, we've got Lee, we've got Alex. We've got some young coaches, some experienced coaches, and they're going to be on the show on one of our next episodes discussing their journey and what they want to do and how they started and where they go from. But let's get back into where I am. So again, started off, actually played sports as a young kid but didn't really enjoy it. Then gained a lot of weight as a teenager. Blah 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 blah. I actually wanted to be a history teacher, and the guidance counselor told me no. The guidance counselor told me not to be a history teacher because I wasn't intelligent enough to get to college for that specific aspect as being a teacher, which was pretty cool, and well done you. Turns out actually you kind of worked in my favor because I got to do something that I really love to do. And then went to college, came out of college, worked in a general gym, teaching classes like aerobics and spinning and all the basics. The early noughties, it was all gravy when it came to like the aerobics and boxercise and all that stuff. Taibo, taught all that, Les Mills, spinning, aqua aerobics. And then I got a very severe back injury, and it put me out for a year and a half. I couldn't do anything, could barely walk. Ended up leaving the job and kind of working at a wholesaler's until my back got better. Then I got another job which was horrendous. I didn't enjoy it at all. I believe that leaders should lead, and managers should lead by example, not by kind of threat. And I felt that that's where that was the gym I was in. And unfortunately, there's people out there that are like that. When they get power, they abuse it for their own advantage. Whereas it should be that if you want someone to do work, then you should be willing to do the work yourself. Then I moved on to opening a gym, a hotel gym. I was there for 2 years. Yeah, I actually kind of got very disillusioned with the fitness industry because I was working in a hotel gym. It was very blah blah blah, writing 6-week programs, but there I found a coach who was a manager with me, a woman called Anna, and she started getting me thinking about different ways of working and life and living and stuff like that. And then went off to Australia. Couldn't get work, got a job, and actually this is the first time in my life where I actually met really good strength and conditioning coaches and personal trainers, and they kind of got me back into the swing of things in regards to loving my job and loving what I do. And then I came back to Ireland, opened up another gym, was there for 4 years. Then I left that to open up another gym, which didn't pan out. 6 months of kind of going back and forth. I kind of took the risk failed. That's another thing we're going to talk about, is failure. Then a client and myself, he opened the gym, I ran it for him. That went about a year, and then it wasn't really going as well as anticipated, and he believed I was at fault for this. So we went our separate ways. I opened up then Functional Strength Movement, or FSM, and we moved into the Balkhall Road, the Killarney Road, and we've been FSM for the last 6 years. And that other gym that I opened up it no longer exists. So just a little bit of that, you know. So being a business owner, being a coach, being a dad, and being a partner, if you own a business, you know it doesn't. I think it's irregardless of the business you own. I think that when you're running something, there is more pressure on you than a lot of people understand, and you'll only understand it when you are actually in there. We've had some very big ups and downs in the company. We've had close to closure because we didn't have clients. We were close to closure because we couldn't find the premises. Over the last 6 years, we recently moved. We were in a much stronger position, and the coaching element of what I do is the main thing why I do this. I love coaching, and I love coaching adults. And when people say, like, what's the best thing about coaching? For me, the best thing, what I love to do is showing someone that they can move. Like, seeing someone that's really good do really good things is cool, right? Don't take it away. It's amazing when you see someone like athleticism at its highest. But when I see someone that couldn't figure out a squat or a lunge or do a basic sit-up or do one pull-up, and we achieve that together, that is the reason why I'm a coach. I love seeing that, and I'll never ever get old of that. But and then also with coaching kids, my passion for trying to help kids, as many kids and teens, understand movement and becoming strong, is one of my biggest things. And I've been associated with the best in the world, the Brand X Method. I'll always talk about them in a positive light. But I started off my journey doing the CrossFit Kids Cert, and then I moved in, I met the Martins, and then I just went from there that I wanted to work with the best, and I sought out the best, and I stayed working with them, and to this day I still work with the Martins and the coaching staff at the Brand X Method. But as much as I love that, and as much as I love coaching, one of the things as an owner, a business owner, is that you then have to evolve. So for any mentoring, business mentoring I've done, or any coach I've really spoken to that has excelled their company, if you're doing all the work, you're working in your company, not on your company. And it came to a point where I had to start pulling back from coaching to work on the company. That is the necessary evil. It is a positive thing, it is also a negative thing. And as much as people don't like change, and it's the evolution of where I want to go as far as a coach, as far as helping other people. And here's the thing, like I just said it there, like I want to help as many people as possible. I'm one person, so if I can create a team of coaches that are as passionate about doing that as I am, then I can help more people and we can grow bigger. And yes, there's obviously a financial reward. I have a son, I have a family, and I want to look after them. I want to be able to look after them very well. And that's one of the reasons why I opened the gym. I did it for passion, and I also did it because I believe that in time, if I put in the work, I will I'll start making money, and I'll get to a point where I can have other coaches either as good as me, but the goal is to actually have coaches better than me here run the classes. And to a point, as much as your ego is not really doesn't like that, is to a point is to be forgotten about as a coach a little bit, because you want your members or the people you work with, your clients or whoever you're dealing with, to love the other coaches. You want them to be excited when they walk in the room, and that's just part and parcel of running a business, and it is a fine balance. And again, things happen, and there's a constant issue. If you own a gym, it's attrition, like members come, members go. In a small group setting like what we have, you can take that kind of personally, and certain members you would take to heart when they leave, and that's just, again, that's just me. And I've been told by people that I should be shrewder, and I should have people more at arm's length, but then that's not me, because I like to talk to people, and I like to engage with people, and I like to invest my time and effort in people, and I don't want to give up a quality in me because someone might leave my gym eventually, and that's normal. Like, over the years we've had many people leave our gym, and when I worked in every other gym, we had members leave the gym, and that's just part and parcel. And new members come in, and then your goal is to make a relationship with them and try and help them on their fitness goal, and that's the deal. And we've had members since we've opened our doors. We still have members here 6 years, and like, that is a testament to what we do, and it's a testament to them, and it's a testament to the relationship we build over the years. But yeah, like, coaching is amazing. It is a fine art, but it's a learning curve. It's always a learning curve. Always learning, always researching, always studying, always wondering, how can we do it better? Is there any way we can get the clients better results in less time? What can we do? Do we run challenges? Do we do weigh-ins weekly? Do we not do weigh-ins? Do we focus on nutrition? Do we not focus on nutrition? And it all depends on where you fall as a coach. Is your community and your tribe, and the kind of atmosphere you're going to create in your gym. And I find that as a coach and as a person is what makes your facility work, and what's currently making FSM work. I have very big ideas and delusions of grandeur, you might say, for FSM, and where I want to be and where I want it to grow. And I've spoken to people about this. Some people laugh at me, some people think it's an amazing idea. But I like, again, that's me. I've always been ambitious, and I've always wanted more, and I can get kind of complacent in my job, and I can get kind of a little bit slack every now and again, but then I'm always able to rein it in. But one of the things that comes with being an owner and being a coach and running a staff and looking after members, obviously the psychology of it all, but a lot of stuff kind of comes at you, and you just have to ask Susan, my partner, and some of my closest friends, about when things go bad. And that is a big thing when it comes to what people don't know. And again, these are things, as I said in this podcast and podcasts like this, these topics, is that I'm going to speak about things that I wouldn't normally speak about to anyone, really. or like maybe my closest friends or Susan, that there's times when you are down, all right? And I did a video on this a few years ago when I was very down, burnt out, didn't know what to do, and literally like faking my coaching, as in regards to I was faking being happy. And members then like told me like they joined that month when I posted that video, and they didn't know like that I was in that mental space and being anxious about things. Now I don't suffer, like I have it, like anxiety is something that I deal with. I'm not claiming I have anxiety. And being down, and again, I'm not claiming that I was depressed. I was down, but I have an ability, like I will dwell on something for possibly a day or two, but then I have an ability to push on, to either prove a point or to forget about it, to deassociate myself from what's happened so I can move forward. So I'm not by no means claiming I've ever had like massive anxiety. I have been very anxious over things, and I'm not saying that I have depression. I've never been diagnosed, I've never had to go to a doctor, and I'm not going to jump on that bandwagon like some people might, because there's people there that actually have that, and we're going to have people on the show that suffer from that, and that work with people that suffer that, and we'll talk about people that really are hurting and need help and more awareness. And we're gonna, again, as I said, we're gonna put this on the show. But yeah, I've been down. It's hurt. And like again, like I'm one of these guys that needs motivation, a fair bit of it. So the fight, it's you gotta just is Eric Thomas or Les Brown or any of those motivational speakers, you could The Rock or whoever whoever gets you going, whoever gets you flowing and motivated, Coach Mike Hollis, people like these can influence me in such a way that it makes me want to work harder, makes me want to drive, and they get me out of my slumps. And then positive comments from people about the gym, about our coaching, about our coaches. I love hearing that, but I also take on board the negatives about my coaching, my coach's coaching, and about how we run our facility. But if you look at how we started and where we are now, like we've constantly changed, we're constantly evolving and adapting, and every week we sit on the couch and we chat about what can we do to make it better. We've never sat here sitting on our laurels and just gone, oh, we're good, because I don't want to be good, I want to be great. But when things get bad, a lot of people would tell me, like, again, you got to understand, over the last 6 years, I had people tell me that I shut the company down. I had people tell me, what are you doing this for? And there's just something about it. There's something that I believe in that will makes me want to work harder, makes me want to push more, makes me want to be the person that I aspire to be. I'm constantly trying to change. I'm not an emotional person. Don't cry, don't do all that stuff. We might have someone on to talk to me why I don't cry. I don't know, just never have. It could be a whole heap of things, deep-seated issues according to some people, but let's not get into that. But there's a fight in people, and there's a fight in me when it comes to growing our company, and I take any slight at our company to heart, and I deal with it accordingly. But being, as I said, being a coach and then being a business owner, there's a fine line, and one has to take priority, and that's a tough decision. I know where that has to be, but it is a very tough decision to make. But then I also have an amazing son, and I have a partner who are there for me 24 hours. I have to be there for him, and I have someone that's there for me. And she listens to me vent, she listens to me come home grumpy, she tolerates an awful lot from me, and that is a very strong woman there. And I can't, like, we've had ups and downs, good times and bad times, like every relationship, but she is definitely my rock in regards to keeping me grounded, keeping me centered, and calling bullshit when it needs to be called. And if you asked her, she would probably say she calls bullshit more often than not. And as much as I argue with her, she's been right a fair few times. Yes, I know, I've just admitted it on radio, on this podcast, and on the YouTubes. But it is what it is. And then I have a son. I have this amazing, angry little mini me who's so much fun, such a aggro head in him. It's deadly. Like I love spending time with him. But then the hours I work prevent me from being at home a lot. And then again, we have another coach here, Dave, who is in a similar situation, and it's a tough hour. Like the hours you got to do can be tough in regards to being a coach and being a father. And I hope to have Dave on. We'll discuss things there when we have the coaches on the show. So when it comes to like even going down that road, it's like, when do I get to step back and spend more time at home and see my son grow up and do all those things? Because that's a very important thing to me as well. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I know I'm kind of jumping from one to the other, but it's a crazy situation. I find that some days it's tough and some days is great. And to be honest, I was awake at 2 o'clock this morning with insomnia, thinking about a lot of shit that happened this week. Like, we've had a lot of stuff go on this week. Starting off at a competition, I had a very bad fall and I messed my shoulder up and the nerve damage and all this stuff, and I only got feeling back into my arm yesterday, and now I can actually feel the pain of my shoulder. And then we just had issues with the gym itself. We were running camps all week. We had to deal with all that, like 28 kids, and then like the 3 coaches running the show, and then just general member stuff. And in all fairness, at 2:30 this morning, I was kind of questioning, should I do my podcast and should I do anything, and or should I just go take the day off and screw the world and fuck everything? And apologies for language, but I came in, cleaned my gym from top to toe, and now I'm enjoying having this conversation. I'm enjoying doing my podcast because I've been dying to do it for months. I just wanted to find the right time to get it done. I wanted the right show to start it off. So yeah, no, I'm kind of happy. So that's me. I'm Stephen Kinsler. I'm a dad to an amazing boy. I have an amazing partner. I run a gym called Functional Strength Movement, and I'm a coach, and I love helping people move and become pain-free and go to do things that they never thought they could do. And that's me. That's me, as honest as I can be in this room on my own, to a camera, to a microphone. That is me, and I never want to be anyone different. I want to be a better version of myself. I want to grow consistently. I want to help more people. But with life come challenges and setbacks, and you just got to deal with these from time to time. And sometimes you have to deal with it. You go through a bit of a shitstorm and you have to deal with everything. But if I can take away anything from my experience of running a gym or managing gyms, it is all part of the process. And no matter what, 2 months down the road, you will weather the storm. 3 months down the road, 4 months down the road, no one's going to be talking about anything. And that is, to me, something that I know it's going to be. But when you're in it, it's hard to think outside it. And that's the show. That's my first show. I think I covered everything on my little list here. Opening a gym, yeah. So guys, thank you for listening. Again, on YouTube, like and subscribe to our channel. On Spotify, Podbean, subscribe. We're going to be trying to churn out a podcast every week with me and with guests. I can't wait. It's going to be deadly. It's going to be epic. We're going to have some fun on here. I can just feel my energy coming back up. We're going to have more fun. We're going to be talking about some new ideas, some new principles of fitness, and just getting out there and getting to talk to people, as many people as possible, and just kind of getting some open conversations about everything that's going on in the world, and trying to help anyone that's willing or wants help in any aspect of their life. And if this podcast can help, I'm 100% just another thing I can do and that I like to do that helps people out. Guys, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy the show, and I am out.